It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick Seating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. Now, let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wenatchee, Washington, site of today's encounter between the Eastmont Wildcats and the Wenatchee Panthers. Hi again, I'm Sebastian Moraga. Thank you for being with us. Alongside me, as always, is our soccer expert, Matt Wisen. And kind of an unusual circumstance for Wenatchee. They're now the team chasing the defending champion, Eastmont, from across the river.
Well, yeah, it's actually pretty close, closer than you think. The way the scoring and points are awarded is you get 2 points for a win and up to a total of 5 points in the league for goals after that. Winning by penalties, you only get 1 point for the win. So Eastmont, while they've got 3 wins in league, they only got 3 points plus goals. They didn't get all their points out of that. So Wenatchee and Eastmont are sitting a lot closer, of course, trailing West Valley. So a lot is riding on tonight's game. Absolutely. Both of these teams coming off losses from what I understand. So it will be, go ahead. Yeah, it's going to be, they want to get back on the winning ways. So it will be imperative that these two teams go back to their winning ways. Now, what can we expect? Should we expect perhaps some tentativeness, perhaps some checking each other out at the beginning before we see some real action? Yeah, typically you see these kind of games where they're fairly cautious. You don't want to be that player to make a mistake, open up the door for the other team and have him get on the board. Make a mistake. Now, tonight you've got, like we were going to talk about earlier, some sickness is playing a role. Up to 5 players potentially for Wenatchee, and lots of limited minutes. They only brought 1 player up from reserves, so there's not going to be a whole lot of chemistry issues, but there's going to be some tired legs out there. So now, hopefully, they'll rein it in a little bit and make strategic decisions on when to go forward, when to press, and save some of that energy. Without a doubt, there's going to be plenty of emotion in this game. These are the 2 arch rivals going for it. When we come back, we'll have the coaches interview, and then we'll take another break, and we'll have the keys to the game, a whole lot of action, and then 40 minutes of soccer here at the Apple Bowl. When we come back, you won't want to miss it. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl for the pregame show of this contest between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Joining us now for the coaches interview are the head coaches of both programs. For Eastmont, Vidal Hurtado. For Wenatchee, Dennis Stronson. The coaches interview brought to you all season long by TC Slingers, another proud sponsor of NCW Live Channel Sports. Coach Hurtado, Coach Stronson, welcome. I apologize for the acoustics. We're going to try to do the best we can, and there is nothing other left to say than this is a Clásico. This is as big as it gets this early in the season, no?
Yeah, it never disappoints. The years that I've been here, the quality of play is good, and every single game it goes down to the wire, and I don't think it'll be any different.
Is it a little different for you, Coach, or for your team perhaps, knowing that you're facing the defending champion across the river?
You know, every year is the same. You know, it's a battle. It's a Clue Derby match in soccer sense where you throw the records out, everybody just plays, and whoever gets maybe a lucky bounce or a fantastic play wins the match, and it could be on the defensive side.
Absolutely. Now, fellas, as you know, I'm from Chile. Chile played USA today. Who are you rooting for today?
I wasn't where they played.
I'm just messing you, Coach.
Oh, I have to go for the USA and Jordan Morris.
Good for you. Good for you. Now, going back to things that really matter, how, yeah, indeed. Now, how would you say that this team is facing this, having lost the last game?
Oh, we're fine. A non-league game, you know, I had to rest my players. I lost, you know, you get to learn from it regardless of the results. So we're ready. Like he said, players will show up to play regardless of the record, regardless of how we've been doing. They will show up to play this game. It's always been that way, and I don't think it'll change today.
How about you, Coach?
Well, I just think it's going to be a battle all the way for 80 minutes. Could go to penalty kicks, as the story goes for Eastmont this year. And I think it's just going to be whoever gets maybe the last shot of the match is going to win.
All yours, pal.
So, you know, this game, always entertaining to watch. May not always be pretty. We got that rivalry going on, but we can always count on usually a close game. There's only been 2 games in their last 13 games or so. Their team has won by 2 goals, usually pretty quick. With that said, high intensity, and the funk is going around apparently, right? These people got a lot of the crud going on. That makes for a difficult game management situation. How have you approached that?
Well, I think for the players I have that are maybe touched by that a little bit will be managing their minutes. They might not be looking at a full 80. They might go 20, 25 and need a break for 5 minutes to let their heart rate come down and get ready to go back in.
Yeah, you know, for me, it hasn't really been the sickness. It's more of injuries. We have a couple that they're hurting from 2 games back-to-back. So managing their time, making sure that they don't overdo themselves and get worse. So, yeah, I mean, it'll just come down to sub when needed.
All right, that does it for our coaches interview, brought to you all season long by TC Slingers. When we come back, 40 minutes of soccer action awaits you, so don't go away. This is NCW Live Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl for tonight's encounter between Wildcats and Panthers. Panthers and Wildcats, Eastmont and Wenatchee, getting ready here for their first clash of this 2019 season. Ed Alvarado will be the head referee of this contest, and hopefully things will go a little smoother for our friend Ed than they did against when he led the Sunnyside Eastmont contest, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, that was a interesting game. So was the West Valley Wenatchee game. Things have not gone too smoothly so far for he's been earning his money. Let's just say it that way. It's been fun watching him do his work.
In praise of Ed, I have to say that right before this game, he pulled me aside and he explained to me why he gave that yellow card to Vidal Hurtado's coaching staff at the beginning of the Sunnyside game. It was because one of the players was wearing some jewelry, and the first yellow card, when that's the case, goes to the coaching staff. So that is why Vidal Hurtado found himself on the business end of some yellow-hued cardboard at the beginning of the matchup between Sunnyside and Eastmont. But
yeah, unlike club games, what you don't see are the referees checking the players. It's totally the coach's responsibility to send the players in ready to play, including certified shin guards, no bling, regulation studs, and whatnot. And if they are sent in unprepared, then that's on the coaching staff, at least.
That is exactly what our friend Ed Navarro, a good friend of NCW Live Channel, said. And now we see him and his compadres getting ready to start this contest between Eastmont and Wenatchee. We're going to be going rather quickly to the starting lineups. First, Eastmont. Number 0, Jeremy Gregerson on goal. Number 3, Sebastián Avilés. Number 4, Santos Fuentes. Number 5, Emmanuel Mendoza. Number 6, Alfredo González. Number 8, Nate Balauro. Number 9, Sergio Bravo. Number 10, Jorge Cabrera. Number 11, Ulises Maldonado. Number 16, Cristian Camacho. And number 17, Tony Leon. The Wenatchee High School Panthers will jump onto the pitch here at the Apple Bowl with number 25, Logan Nelson on goal. Number 17, Diego Sitio. Number 16, Ismael Cepeda. Number 15, Julio Garibay. Number 14, Omar Lopez. Number 11, Fernando Sandoval. Number 10, Jose Camarillo. Number 9, Hugh Holland. Number 8, Israel Rocha. Number 6, Carlos Viramontes. And number 2, Colby Gellen. Head coaches for both teams. For Wenatchee, Dennis Stronson, more than 20 years as the helm of the program. And for Eastmont, it's Vidal Hurtado, second year at the head, as the head man for the Wildcats. The Wildcats are lining up, and Matt Wisen, what would a win for the Wildcats do for their psyche, for their momentum this early in the season, when I don't believe when in a season where they've struggled to actually even have a home field?
Yeah, I think they're just more concerned about getting a win over Wenatchee. I don't know if they really think right now about where it puts them in league standings and building momentum. They want to first of all get a win over the rival. Second of all, get a win during run of play and not in penalties.
To get all those points.
To get all the points and really be a threat to taking over that first place seeding. And then third, they've won the last 3 over Wenatchee, so they feel like they're the favorite to win this game, and rightfully so. The last 13, though, the majority of those games, 9 out of 13, have gone Wenatchee's way. So Wenatchee's basically saying, look, the last 3, teams have lulls in action, and maybe we had a little down cycle right after winning state, but we're on our way back, and that's how Wenatchee's probably viewing it.
How do you keep these teenage players from being too amped up to the point that it becomes a liability, a detriment to the team? What do you tell them if you're the coach?
Well, the teams really feed off the energy of the coach, and the coach really has to understand if he's calm, collected, and approaching this like he approaches every game and every practice, then generally the team will follow suit. Of course, they're talking trash behind, they're Instagramming each other and whatnot. But I'm not too concerned really about them being too hyped up. I think they'll take care of business. So they'll do what they have to. If anything, I think Wenatchee's probably going to play the underdog position and really take more of a workman's attitude, knowing that they have to overcome some illness issues, and maybe that knocked off some of that overhype edge.
Absolutely. Folks, this moment of the broadcast is brought to you by the Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube, including front and four-wheel alignment. Online at onlinepros.com or at 182 Eastmont Avenue in East Wenatchee. Beautiful day for soccer. It looks like spring has finally sprung, and for good this time.
Knock on wood. Yeah, it's still getting chilly when the sun goes. Sun goes down, but I have to remind myself it's still March. We still have frost warnings in May when cherries are on. So we're doing pretty good. I'll settle for upper 50s and 60s, lower 60s, even though I'd love to see 70, 76, 78.
Yeah, and this crowd is ready for anything. We see a few sweatshirts, we see some blankets, we see some shawls, we see a little bit of everything. For this crowd is here to stay, folks. They're here to enjoy this contest between Eastmont and Wenatchee and Eastmont.
Hey, Eastmont brought a fair amount of fans over there.
This I think it's the first time in a while that we've seen that side of the bleachers opened up.
Yeah.
That's the kind of crowd they're expecting today.
They're right now they're threatening to have more fans in their seats than Wenatchee. It's close.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Number 4, Santos Fuentes.
So yeah, if you're watching this on TV, I don't know what your excuse is for not coming and seeing the spectacle live, because it's fantastic.
The presentation of the Eastmont players is taking place right now, followed without a doubt by the presentation of the Wenatchee squad. This is NCAA Live Channel. Thank you very much for joining us. We're about, I would say, 10 or so minutes from the start of this contest, perhaps, a little less, a little more. Minutes here, minutes there. It is really a fantastic night for soccer. Do we have any idea what comes after these two teams are done going at each other? What comes after that on their schedule, Matt Wisen?
An ice bath. Yeah, they will need lots of ice and rest. Wenatchee is at Sunnyside this Friday, and Eastmont travels. Let me pull it up really quick. Eastmont travels to West Valley on Friday, so does not get any easier for either team.
No, not at all. Not that it has been easy up to this point. We've seen Wenatchee battle Quincy, a 2A school, for a 2-0 victory. I was quite impressed with the Quincy team that time. Wenatchee had a good stretch of play. They were the better team. They deservedly took that win, but they had to labor for it. And then, of course, we saw Eastmont against Sunnyside, a game that Sunnyside was ahead 2-0. And then when Eastmont came back to tie at 2, it went into overtime, then penalty kicks, with Eastmont taking the victory. So these two teams are no strangers to a good old-fashioned brawl, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, they're the class of the league is Wenatchee, Eastmont, Sunnyside, West Valley, and those four teams are going to see each other quite a bit year in, year out, and just whoever's standing at the end wins.
This moment of the game brought to you by the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee, priding itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, and when we come back, it's go time. This is NCAA Live Channel. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. We're almost ready to go. Wenatchee decked entirely in black with purple numbers. Eastmont with white tops, red shorts, and white socks. Last-minute huddles, last-minute instructions. Vidal Hurtado, without a doubt, encouraging his boys. Dennis Stronson doing the very same thing on the other side of the pitch. We're almost ready. It's a beautiful night, big crowd, lovely field, exquisite views for this night of soccer here in the Wenatchee Valley. Glad you could join us. Sebastián Moraga on the call, our soccer expert Matt Wyson next to me. And this is what it's all about. It doesn't get any better than this, absolutely.
No, we could just replay this game, or not replay it, just have a new game like this every night.
Every night, yes.
We don't need any other league
yes.
games. But, shout out to our folks that are streaming this game live, all over the place, right?
Absolutely.
In Chile.
Not this time. Not this time. My mom is actually in Mukilteo right now, so she's streaming from Mukilteo.
All right.
Yeah. So our one-person audience in the Republic of Chile is for today a 0-person audience, I'm sorry to say.
Well, I ran into my biology teacher on Saturday, Mr. Govea, who is no longer a biology teacher, and he told me to tell him hi on the air.
All right.
So he's watching right now.
All right.
So hello, Mark. Glad you're watching, and glad everybody else is watching.
All right. Well, folks, greetings and salutations aside, we're ready to start this contest with Wenatchee taking care of business on your screen from right to left. Decked, as we said, entirely or almost entirely in black. On the other side, from left to right, it will be the folks from across the river. Eastmont High School, white, red, and white. 3-0 record, 5-1 overall for Eastmont. 1-1 record, 4-1 overall for Wenatchee. Mr. Navarro checks his watch. And we are in business here at the Apple Bowl. May the best team win. Off to the races we go. Camarillo. Swept away by Fuentes. Taken back by Wenatchee. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Panthers. Throw-in for the Ain't that the craziest thing when people recognize you as the soccer guy on TV? Ain't that wild?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
This is a good opportunity. Right-footed shot and saved by Gregerson. My goodness. Not even a minute into it, and Wenatchee had it, folks.
Great reaction save by Eastmont's keeper there. That was a really tough one to get an arm out for.
We're back in business here. Kobe Gillen. The touch to the side. Moving the ball upfield for Eastmont. Now touching to the back is Rocha. Whistle on the play. Viramontes will put it back in action. Viramontes, Gillen, Sandoval. Taken away by Eastmont. Counter in the making. Balauro. Lopez. Gonzalez on the counter. Holland and Gonzalez. Maldonado. Balauro. Maldonado. Gonzalez. Looking up. Down the flank. Sent. Oh, darn near close to us. And some of the fans now getting involved there. Sending it back. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. A minute 54 in this first half of play. There's a throw-in. Looking to connect with Maldonado. Holland. Maldonado. Towards the center alley. Leon, nice move. Going past one, going past two. Cleared away by the back line of the Panthers. Ball will go out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. Holland, pivoting header. Gillen. There's Gillen. Leon. Gillen. Bravo. Across midfield. Good ball that time. Camarillo. Gergerson slided out of position. The shot across. Viene. Goal.
Offside. No goal. No goal, offside.
Oh, my goodness. None of that will count. It's offsides. I stand corrected, but man, that was a beautiful play.
Yeah, he had him by about 2 paces in front on that far corner. Otherwise, it was a great play, but you got to know where that line is if you're that runner. that cost him a very valuable goal.
We're back in business now. Holland. Viramontes. Good penetration, shot across, and that one looked like bounced off a defender there. It will be the first corner kick of the game, and it will favor the Wenatchee Panthers.
Yeah, that's kind of been Eastmont's weak spot right there is their defensive shape, their ability to organize and really have their cover player and the compactness on that back line.
Holland going for the header, the quick touch, and right at the hands of Jeremy Gregerson. So plenty busy at both ends of the field here in the first 5 minutes of the game, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, up and down. This pace is a little more than I was expecting to see out of Wenatchee.
Shot across, but goes out of bounds. Go ahead, please.
But they, maybe they're overstating their illness and trying to play a little bit of poker here.
Let's see. You mean a bit of gamesmanship, perhaps?
A little bit of gamesmanship, correct.
All right, second corner kick of the game, also favoring the Panthers, this time from the other side. 4 minutes 48. Nice attempt with a header. It looks like it was Israel Rocha. Ball goes out of bounds, third corner kick of the game.
Corner kick for the Panthers.
Right-footed shot. Gregerson, a bit of hesitation.
Ooh.
My goodness gracious, Gregerson just hesitated for a split second and it almost cost him dearly.
Yeah, that was way closer than he's going to want to see. I'm not trying to catch that ball if I'm a keeper. I'm getting a fist on it and hammering as far as I can. And he mistimed that and just completely whiffed. So now, we got a foul here in the middle of the field.
Whistle on the play.
Not a very dangerous spot for the set piece, but Wenatchee seems to be pretty well organized in that back line there right now.
Camacho and Cabrera. Cabrera, corner of the box. And there he is, Logan Nelson. Nelson rolling right. Viramontes. Across midfield we go. Holland. Viramontes. Rocha, left-footed shot, Rocha. Second try.
Oh, that looked like a penalty.
A bit of a collision there.
Oof.
A bit of a collision there. Let's see what the referee calls it. You thought it was a penalty? You thought it was?
It looked like one to me. He stuck his leg up, showed his studs, and got. He might have touched the ball, but he still got a lot of leg on that. And
6 minutes 41 seconds in this very fast-paced contest between Eastmont and Wenatchee and Eastmont. Ball goes out of bounds. Emmanuel Mendoza trying to keep it alive. Bounces off a defender. It will be Wenatchee ball, says Ed Navarro. 7 minutes 5. This moment of the game brought to you by Automoca. What's your Automoca emergency? Visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from Wenatchee Valley College.
I tried to make it.
The header.
I tried to make it to Automoca about 5 times today, and every time I was just about ready. I either got a phone call or drawn into a meeting, something happened, and spent the rest of my day just about exhausted, needing caffeine, and could not find it.
Holland battling it out with an Eastmont player. It looks to be Emmanuel Mendoza. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball, and it is. Still tied at 0-0. We've had a goal for Eastmont get called back in an offside call, an accurate call according to our expert Matt Wisen. There's the throw-in. Gregerson, and once another hesitation. He tried to punch it. He decided he was going to grab it. Either way, at the end, he ended up doing neither. So a bit of a shaky start for the normally sure-handed goalkeeper.
Keep sending that ball in now. If you're Wenatchee, just keep sending it in and follow up.
Aviles. Back to Gregerson. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. That almost ended up on the feet of Camarillo. The touch upfield by Eastmont looking for Leon. It goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. 8 minutes 39 in this first half of play. We are tied at 0-0. Left-footed shot. Dancing past the upright. Not a major concern for Gregerson. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for the Eastmont Wildcats.
So just to explain, maybe try and give a crash course on what offsides is for the viewers that don't quite understand. If you're in your attacking side of the field, so across the 50-yard line in the defense's side of the field, and the second to the last player back, not the goalkeeper, but the furthest back defender, is that magical offside line. If you have the ball, you can be beyond that player.
The through ball that time to the corner of the box, and Mr. Nelson shows how it's done there.
Yeah, almost lost his grip on that.
Yeah, Alfredo Gonzalez with the effort. Now we have Sergio Bravo. Leon, whistle on the play, foul called. It will be Wenatchee ball. Wenatchee putting it into play rather quickly. A good run making by Ismael Rocha. That one is Colby Gill, and the ball into the box, and the stop by Jeremy Gregerson rolling to his left. Garibay approaching midfield. Balauro. Garibay. Leon.
So now back to that offside deal. Now, if you have the ball, you can be beyond that guy. You can go wherever you want. And if you pass the ball, the guy that you pass the ball just has to be behind you when you pass the ball.
Give and go into the box. We go right-footed shot. The shot across, and Mr. Gregerson with the stop. A good combination down the right flank for Wenatchee, Matt Wisen.
Yep, that was a good-looking opportunity. So if the player you're passing the ball to is in front of you, in this imaginary line that stretches across the field parallel to the back line, then you are, in essence, offside. There's other rules, but that's all you really need to know.
The offside rule, mystifying people for decades on end.
For decades, and it's part of why this sport is considered the beautiful sport, because people never stop talking about it. They'll debate until their mouth falls off.
Absolutely. I've had chats with basketball fans. It's like, why would you outlaw the fast break? That's what some of those players are. Why would you outlaw the fast break? Well, it's a longer field, my man. It's not a basketball court. It's a longer field.
Yeah, it's not a track meet. So they have track meets for that.
Defensive maneuver doesn't quite work for Wenatchee. Off to the races is Mr. Balauro. Ball stops at the 18. Trying again for Eastmont is Sergio Bravo. Bravo, the touch. Good move for Balauro. Balauro looking for it on the left side. Eastmont leaves one behind. The shot! Oh, my goodness! Oh, I don't believe it. That was close.
Great job staying home, clearing that ball off the line there. Was that Omar Lopez, I believe, on the back line to save the day for Wenatchee?
Absolutely. Because Sergio Bravo was ready to just tap it in and go collect hugs. We're back in business now. Jorge Cabrera. That one is Alfredo Gonzalez. Taken back by Wenatchee. Through ball. Off to the races now is Ismael Cepeda. Shot across, and a bit of a hesitation once again by Mr. Gregerson. Actually, I think a teammate might have touched the ball and kind of left him a little bit out of position there, Matt Wisen. But we'll discuss that later, because here comes Eastmont. Deep run that time. Leon, left side.
Offside there.
Flag is up.
We're just going to keep playing here because the player never really got involved in the play. So the referee's discretion to let that play.
from end to end, the action here at the Apple Bowl. Gonzalez, Santos Fuentes, the header by Lopez, response by Mendoza, ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball. Are we going to have a substitution?
Yeah, for Eastmont. I'm not sure he sees the request coming.
Yep, we're going to have a substitution. Not quite yet. Lopez. The turn by Viramontes, looking to connect with the left winger over there.
So this is a good place for Wenatchee to start pressing when that ball's there and the defense has its back turned or facing their own goal.
Ball goes out of bounds. Are we going to have that substitution ultimately? Yes. Corner kick for the Panthers. That is the 4th corner kick of the game for Wenatchee. Number 5 for Eastmont, Emmanuel Mendoza will take a seat. We'll tell you in a second who has entered the contest.
Ooh, another dangerous
goodness,
look.
Another one. The shot across and it dances past the upright. 14 minutes, 30 seconds into this first half of play. It may be Diego Vasquez who has entered the contest for Eastmont, number 13. Aviles, Gregerson, Santos Fuentes. Oh, mistake. This could be dangerous.
Offside again.
The flag is up.
Man.
Flag is up.
Killing themselves here.
$15 minutes, 14 seconds. And it looks like it's Mr. Jose Camarillo who still cannot believe what his eyes just saw. The assistant referee with his arm up in the air, holding a flag.
Any part of your body across that imaginary line, except for the one part you can't play the ball with, your arm, it results in an offside. Unless, now, if a defender were to deflect that ball, then we're on. It does not matter, and referees can waive that offside, and an offside player can score a goal if it's touched by the defense.
Sitio.
One of those little wrinkles.
Vasquez. Gonzalez. Is the ball still in bounds? Doesn't seem to be that the case. 16 minutes, 10 seconds. Holland. Cepeda. Good touch. Viramontes taken back by Eastmont. Maldonado and Cabrera. Recovered by Wenatchee. This could be interesting.
No, that's not.
That was not offside. That was not offside.
And the runner.
That was not offside. Yeah. That is a mistake. That is a mistake by the referee. I agree with you. Normally, I defer to the experts on the field, but I think that was a little too blatant for my taste.
Yeah, the first runner took himself out of that play. He was in an offside position. And now he took himself out of that play, and Jose Camarillo came from a position of being onside to play that ball. And the defense didn't really react to that first runner, and so by the law, the way it's written, he is not offside and should have been let go. That is a relatively new wrinkle in the law, and so referees are still accustomed to calling it the way
it used to be. Yeah. 17 minutes, 20 seconds into this first half of play. Eastmont and Wenatchee, and there's a foul. There's a foul. Sergio Bravo holding on to the jersey of Holland, and Bravo gets himself the first yellow card of the contest. 17 minutes, 37. We'll call it the 18th minute, as Mr. Navarro makes a note of that. We'll have a free kick for Wenatchee, courtesy of Mr. Omar Lopez. Lopez, the touch, looking for Holland, rescued by the back line of Eastmont. Gonzalez. Maldonado. The give and go. Bounces off a defender. Maldonado recovers. The quick touch upfield. This is interesting. He's going to go into the box, and the sweeping save by Logan Nelson. Whistle on the play. Let's see what the referee says. A quick lecture to Mr. Cabrera.
He's been complaining a little bit to the referee, and just a little dialogue back and forth there.
18 minutes 31. First half of a very entertaining contest. Viramontes and Holland, out of the box. Recovered by Camarillo, ultimately scooped back by Sebastián Avilés. And Fuentes back to Avilés. Avilés, right-footed shot. Garibay. Camacho. Approaching midfield. Maldonado. Garibay, taken back by Wenatchee. Gonzalez and Gregerson. Camacho. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Panthers. 19 minutes, 38 seconds into this first half of play. Bit of a collision there, no call, although the Wenatchee player seems to have gotten the worst of that, but he's vertical again. Leon. Camacho. Pushed upfield. Sweeping right-footed shot, doesn't bear fruit. A quick run down the flank, Muñiz. Looking for the give and go, does not get it. Wenatchee retains possession nonetheless. Nice move that time, leaving one behind, trying for two, gets the second one. The touch for Camarillo. Camarillo, the shot, and it sails over the crossbar. Good collective play by Wenatchee, however, Matt Wisen. Good use of the field.
Yeah, good vision there to get that ball out. He was getting trapped on that sideline. I'd like to see the ball not get stuck on the edge sideline and have Wenatchee play the ball back and switch field a little quicker. I think that's going to open things up a little more for them if they do that.
Rocha with the final shot, and two substitutions for Wenatchee, number 5 and number 12. Freddy Reinaga, number 5, and number 12, Kevin Mendoza. We're going to make a quick note of that. We're back in business now. Down the flank, across and into Eastmont territory. Nimbly stopped that time by Santos Fuentes. Fuentes. That one looks to be Gonzalez. Ball goes out of bounds, and Gonzalez will put it back in action. 21 minutes 30 in this first half of play. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee tied at 0-0. Long kick up field with more urgency than style. It does the job, though. Cleared back by Avilés into Eastmont territory. Whistle on the play.
Oh, yeah, offside there.
Another offside call.
It's coming from an offside position when that ball was played. It's not quite like basketball where you make it back over the line, but it is similar. You just have to be onside before that ball's played.
Let's note that Muñiz is also on the pitch for Wenatchee, number 7. Balauro, deep ball, Cabrera, marked by Sitio. Sitio does a good job keeping that ball away from Cabrera. It will be a goal kick for Wenatchee. 22 minutes, 27 seconds, and the clock has stopped. The clock has stopped.
It's up and going again. Just a little bit of
a hiccup there.
There. Sure, Mr. Navarro has the clock that matters, hopefully.
He's the one with the final say as to how long we will be here. Judging by the action of this game, hopefully we'll be here for quite a while. Now we see Holland and Gonzalez battling for the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. Leon. Nudged away by Wenatchee. Recovered that time by Vasquez. Across the field. Camacho. Off to the races we go. Mendoza. Holland in defensive labor. Holland. Long kick up field. Taken back by Aviles. At midfield we battle. Leon with some room. Leon looking up. Leon, the short touch instead. Cabrera. Bit of an indecision there. Andrade. Leon. Bit of a triangulation. Good maneuver. Good ball movement. Camacho and Andrade. Back across the center alley. Balaura getting that left foot ready. Andrade, the quick give and go. Looking for Cabrera. Doesn't quite work. Muñiz. Ball goes out of bounds. And it will be Eastmont ball. A bit of a chat going on between Vidal Hurtado and one of the assistant referees. Seems like it's the fourth ref that's getting an earful. We're back in action now. Cabrera looking for that handball call. None is forthcoming. Vasquez right-footed shot. Vasquez! Oh my goodness!
Heck of a save. Great shot.
Oh my goodness. We're still in action. Now it goes out of bounds. Some front page worthy stuff by the goalkeeper of Wenatchee, Logan Nelson. Matt Weiser.
Yeah, those arms looked like they were about 10 feet long right there. He just skied, and I didn't know if he could. You know that toy Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he pulled a Stretch Armstrong, and those arms just kept going, and made a fantastic save right there.
That is never easy, going to the side and back at the same time. Corner kick for Eastmont. The Chilena doesn't work. It sails over the crossbar. That was, by my count, the first corner kick, or maybe perhaps even the second corner kick for Eastmont in the first half of play. I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are here, folks. Beautiful night of soccer. And a substitution coming, number 3 for Wenatchee entering the contest. That would be Mr. Pedro Medina. Thank you, Matt Wisen. Fuentes. Balauro. Maldonado. Ball goes out of bounds and into the stands. Holland deferring to a teammate. Holland. Bit of a collision there with Ulises Maldonado. Ulises comes up limping a little. Ball goes out of bounds. 26 minutes, 36 seconds in this first half of play. This moment of the game brought to you by Color Effects, offering screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and logo design for your team, school, business, or church at a fair price. Locally owned for over 20 years. Color Effects, 509-470-9586. Cabrera. Asking for it on the right side is Balauro. To him it goes. Interrupted by Rocha. Battling for it still is Maldonado. Cleared away by the back line of Wenatchee. Smart move by the center back, looks like Medina. Fuentes. Wenatchee back at it. Reynaga. Marked by Andrade. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see what the referee says. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. Substitution forthcoming for the visiting Eastmont Wildcats. 27:55 now on the clock. It will be number 15 taking a seat, Mr. Andrade. We'll tell you in a second who replaces him. It looks to be number 9, Sergio Bravo. And is there a substitution for Wenatchee? Yes, there is. Number 10 for the Panthers, Jose Camarillo, re-enters the contest. Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. Quick touch, top of the box. Camarillo, Muniz. Stolen away by Camacho. Camacho looking to connect with Cabrera. Cabrera has it, leaves it with her Smelker behind. It's a one-on-one situation. Cabrera. Going in a personal maneuver. Cabrera enters the box. Cabrera still has the ball's left-footed shot. No, he's not going to pull the trigger. He takes a little too long. It takes a little too long, but a heck of an effort by Cabrera at the time, Matt Weiser.
Yeah, good job. Good job by Wenatchee getting back. It was 1-on-2, and by the time Cabrera decided to shoot, he had another 2 or 3 defenders around him. So going into 5 is a little bit more difficult than 2.
But credit goes to him that he became a headache for 4 players at one time.
He did, and he looked very dangerous right there.
Yeah. $29-40. Gregerson. Shading left. Camacho. Taken back by Camarillo. The chipper over there. Crossbar. Oh, my goodness.
Caught the keeper out just a little bit too far that time. Just about made it pay. Great shot.
Substitution coming, it looks like. Yep, Wenatchee will send a sub to the pitch. 30 minutes, 8 seconds into this first half of play. Entering the contest will be number 15, Julio Garibay. The goal kick for Eastmont. Stopped at midfield by the Wenatchee Panthers. Taken back nimbly that time. There's Bravo. Down the flank we go. Trying to connect with Maldonado. Maldonado whistle on the play foul call. It will be a free kick. Wenatchee make that. Eastmont will put it into play rather quickly. Almost 31 minutes of play in this first half. And the plan was to put it in play rather quickly. Mr. Navarro had a different idea. We're going to stop the play, and now we're back in action. Leon. Chipper. Hard of the box, and the stop by Logan Nelson, towering over that forward. Camacho. Balauro. All the way to the back. Avilés. Camacho. Down the flank. Looking for Maldonado. Taken back by Wenatchee. Switching flanks now to the right side. Eastmont recovering. Gonzalez. Back to Vasquez. Vasquez marked by 2. Vasquez whistle on the play foul called. It should be a free kick for Eastmont. This moment of the game brought to you by One Way Construction, a premier custom home builder and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. Online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Deep ball. Over to chase it is Alfredo Gonzalez, who's not going to get there.
Some of that illness we were talking about earlier. I already see we saw Freddie Renaga come off early and get subbed out in for Lalo or Jose. He came in, and now Jose's asking for a sub.
Fernando Sandoval, number 11, has entered the contest for Wenatchee. 32 minutes 47 into this first half of play. Corner kick for Eastmont.
A little bit of shoving going on in there.
See what the referee
I
says.
was just telling them to knock it off. They're both kind of,
Yeah, they're still going at it.
Yeah, the attacking player, he can go to a position. He can't find a player and back himself into and through that player. If he's just standing there, now the defender's pushing on him. So
there's the shot, the header, and it sails past the upright. Good effort that time by Eastmont's Vasquez. Number 13 on his jersey. That would be Diego Vasquez. Another corner kick. 4th of the game for Eastmont.
They're both playing the role down in there right now. They're both kind of trying to get some look by
some attention. Yep.
By the referee.
Cleared away by the back line of Wenatchee. Trying again is Maldonado. Quickly under siege. Camarillo. Taken back by Maldonado. Balauro. Good touch. Cabrera. Cabrera, foul. Referees this play on. Referees this play on as Eastmont retains possession. The shot that time does not prosper. Top of the box, Cabrera, the shot, and it sails wide. It should be a corner kick, and it is. .34-37 on the clock. And now the Eastmont Wildcats have sailed past the Wenatchee Panthers in corner kicks, 5-4 in this first half. But we're still tied in goals, 0-0. Camacho taken back by Wenatchee. Mendoza still battling. Deep ball. Camarillo with some room. Trying to get into the box. Camarillo, the shot, and the stop by Jeremy Gregerson.
He wants that one back. Definitely. Just he had it, just couldn't quite get enough mustard on that one. Wenatchee just needs to do a better job. It's kind of been hurting Wenatchee. I talked about Eastmont's Achilles heel earlier and their defense. And Wenatchee's Achilles heel has been leaving their two forwards on an island. Not only have they've been disconnected from their midfield, but they've also been disconnected from each other. And so it's kind of a one-man show when the ball comes up there. How long can that person hold the ball, and can that person...
Good interception, the shot, and Mr. Gregerson sends it to the corner kick. Let's see what the referee...
I think he called a foul there. Yep, he called a foul right before the shot. I
stand corrected. It's a foul, and a substitution, it looks like, by the way one of the Wenatchee players is trotting towards the sideline. It will be number 12 for the Panthers. That will be Mr. Mendoza being replaced by number 20 on the Wenatchee roster, and that would be Tayson Shepard, the backup goalkeeper, one of the two goalkeepers for Wenatchee, now playing a field position, Tayson Shepard. We're back in action, shot from behind, whistle on the play, foul called. It will be an Eastmont ball. Fuentes. Gonzalez. Shot across. Maldonado, the turn. Doesn't quite prosper. Camarillo. Defensive maneuver by Camacho. Camarillo. Taken back by Gonzalez. Being chased by Holland. Camacho. Deep ball looking for Cabrera. Gonzalez. Ball goes out of bounds. 37-15.
Camarillo taking too much time with that ball in the air and just keeping it up in the air. And when that happens, the defense can organize and be behind them and around them. It's just not productive. I like to see my players get that ball on the ground as quickly as possible and move it. I don't like to see that ball in the air. At that point, it's a 50-50
Cabrera
ball.
leaving two behind. Sorry, Matt. I apologize. And a quick nudge. Let's see what the referee says. Looked like a foul to me.
Corner kick.
And it will just be a corner kick. 6th corner kick of the game. You were saying, Matt?
Oh, it just when the ball's in the air, it's a 50-50 ball. And that's why I don't like to see throw-ins, really. It's anybody's ball. I think we got a little bit of gamesmanship or some Yeah, the Neymar thing going on, grabbing those ankles and screaming and crying like you're going to die.
The Windmill, time-tested restaurant providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Open 7 days a week, 4:30 to 9 p.m. Call 509-665-9529.
That sounds good. Have I ever told you that sounds good?
Several times.
Oh, man.
And yet...
You still have yet to bring me. You're supposed to bring me a big ribeye today, weren't you? I think you were. Or maybe you're supposed to bring Dan because he forgot his name.
Ball goes out of bounds. It should be a corner kick for Wenatchee. 5th corner kick of the game for the Panthers. 11th overall of this first half alone. So a lot of business going down at either end of the pitch today, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
There's the shot, out of the box. Holland, left foot, the shot. Bounces off a defender, still trying to clear it out.
Penalty.
Penalty, yeah. He tried, he touched it with his hand. He touched it with his hand, and that's a penalty. The defender there looked like... I couldn't say for
Santos?
sure.
No.
I couldn't say for sure. I thought it was Aviles,
I believe it was
but
Fuentes.
I could be mistaken. So a penalty at the edge of the break here for Wenatchee. Camarillo and Gregerson. Gregerson and Camarillo. 2 actors, 1 stage. Camarillo. The run-up. The shot, Camarillo. Goal, 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 goal! Wenatchee takes the lead. Jose Camarillo at the edge of halftime. Matt Wisen.
Great finish there. Solid, very well composed. Good attempt by the keeper. It was clean.
He guessed right.
Yeah, he guessed right. Just very difficult to save a well-placed penalty kick.
And now, at least for me, the first time I've seen it, the purple and gold Wenatchee flag comes out from one of the fans in the stands. Aviles, Fuentes, and Leon. Defensive header by Wenatchee, trying to connect with Colby Gillen. Taken back, however, by Aviles. Vasquez. Camacho. Across midfield. Cabrera. Camacho. And that whistle tells us that we're going into the break with Wenatchee leading Eastmont by a score of 1-0. We're going to take a quick respite from the action, and when we come back, we'll tell you what happened in the first 40 minutes of action and what's to come in the second half. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
The pros, alignment pros. When your vehicle brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where we have just witnessed 40 exciting minutes of soccer action here between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Wenatchee and Eastmont, with the Panthers taking a lead in the very late stages of the first half, thanks to a well-placed penalty kick by Jose Camarillo to the right of the diving Jeremy Gregerson. In the first half, we've seen, I wouldn't say a little bit of everything, but a lot of action, including a goal called back for Eastmont very early in the first half due to an offside position. Some exciting opportunities, some good stops on both ends. Two teams who really want to take the points here. They're not speculating, they're not going after overtime, they're not hoping for a moral victory. They want to win. Matt Wiseman.
Yeah, they want to win this thing and win it in regulation to get the full amount of points. Obviously, they want to see a little bit more than one goal. That would be a 3-point win. I'm sure they would want 5 points because they got to play catch up with West Valley. I hate saying that so early in the year, but it's an unfortunate reality of the way this thing works.
When you have teams like West Valley, when you have teams like Wenatchee, when you have teams like Eastmont, it gets late really early. You have to collect as many points as you can early in the game while the leg's still fresh.
It is, and Wenatchee has. I think Wenatchee kind of hurts themselves somewhat with their schedule this year. They've got 16 games. They've got the minimum is 14, and a lot of teams go with the minimum. Going into the end of the season, you need all the rested players you can get, and hopefully injury-free at that point. So every little game adds up, adds minutes, and hopefully you've got a – Wenatchee does have a fairly stocked reserve squad in the JV team. They've got some great players. They brought one player up tonight. And Coach Tronson has a history of bringing those players up for the playoffs. But you may need to start incorporating that bench a little earlier if you're going to run 16 games, run a pretty big gamut of schedule.
Absolutely. What do you make of Eastmont in the first half? I thought that they took on this game with a lot of guts, with a lot of grit. They did not try to speculate at any moment. In fact, they took an early lead that was called back in an offside, but they went and they put some fairly amount of meat on the grill right early on.
Yeah, they're not scared by Wenatchee at all. They get after it. They're fairly creative. They got some players that really create havoc. We saw that. They're always looking to go to goal. Just kind of had some of the wind taken out of their sails. Wenatchee kind of tightened up and basically said, all right, we know what you're about to do right now. I'd like to see Eastmont with a little more off-the-ball movement. Instead of just sending the ball to one player, having that player dribble, look to create and shoot, have your second, third runners making runs. Have a support player for a drop and then move off the ball and then find those other players that are moving. It just is way more effective at going to goal, brings the rest of your team into the play, and is way more difficult to defend. Eastmont also has some issues with their back line defensively, being compact, and their communication issues going on. And that's what we've seen, so many opportunities in front of the net for Wenatchee. just couldn't find the ball at the right moment there. Otherwise, we could be looking at a 3-0 scoreline right now.
One of the things I've seen whenever I've had the privilege of watching Eastmont play is that things seem to work better for them when they get Sergio Bravo and Nate Balauro involved in attack.
Yep.
When Sergio Bravo and Nate Balauro get involved, there's more of that triangulation you were talking about. There's more of those runs. There's more of a worry for the back line of the opposing team. This time it's been a little too dependent on those deep runs on the left side by Cabrera, and I think that has hurt Eastmont a little bit to become a little one-dimensional in that sense.
Yeah, spot on. The ball's in the corner. It's easy to defend. Wenatchee can take away the rest of the field to defend and isolate that ball out on the edge. Like we saw Cabrera get surrounded by 5 defenders really quickly there.
Absolutely. 1-0 is the score. Second half is about to start. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll tell you all about it. This is NCW Live Channel. Don't go away.
Here's the pros, alignment pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Paprika Mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee taking its position on the field. Eastmont still huddled up near their bench, or rather its bench. We're almost ready to start the second half of play. And what was the name of that teacher of yours that asked you to say hi to him on the air?
Oh, Mr. Govea, Mark Govea. Yeah. Hopefully he's still watching. I'm sure he would.
Oh.
You know, our commentary is so entertaining.
It is enlightening. It is entertaining. It's
brilliant.
Just charming. We have it all.
And
were you a good student back then?
I set the bar.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure how high or low. But
we're going to leave that
bar.
one untouched.
Yep.
Folks, we're ready to start the second half. Wenatchee from left to right, Eastmont from right to left. Wenatchee in black, Eastmont in white, red, and white. We're back in action here at the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee holding on to a 1-0 lead over their rivals from across the river. That one is Fuentes. Interrupted at midfield. Wenatchee looking for that deep ball. Gillen. Camarillo. Near the top of the box. Back to Camarillo. Garibay. Stolen by Camacho. Camacho to keep it in bounds. Does he succeed? He does not. Throwing for Wenatchee. Garibay into the box. Holland, left-footed shot, bounces off a defender, should go for the corner kick, and it does. 57 seconds into this second half of play. First corner kick of the half, and it will favor the hosts, the Wenatchee Panthers.
Corner kick for the Panthers.
This moment of the game brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning. They service all brands of commercial and residential HVAC systems. Call 884-644-4 for more information. Right at the hands of Mr. Gregerson. Header. Bit of a collision there, charged from behind, and that will be the second yellow card of the game.
Yeah, that was a straight yellow for sure. That was a very hard challenge.
I do believe it goes to Fernando Sandoval. 42nd minute of play. First yellow card went to Sergio Bravo of Eastmont, so that's the first card for the Panthers. Free kick for Eastmont now. 42:09 on the clock. Number 3 on the back of the jersey of Sebastián Avilés, moving the ball to his right. Chipper into the heart of the box, far post, the header, and it sails over the crossbar. Good effort by Sergio Bravo. We might be seeing some of what we talked at halftime, Matt Wisen, getting Sergio Bravo, getting Nate Balauda, getting more names.
Key players.
That's right.
Key players need to be getting involved instead of one player. That was a really good-looking ball across the front of the goal.
Without a doubt.
Just couldn't quite finish. Like my old teammate, Chad Morgan. Let me drop another name.
Please do.
He was very deadly in front of the net. Just I think he anything in front of the net he would always put away there. And Mr. Morgan and Mr. Gove are workmates at Foothills Middle School. So
Mr. Morgan, you can send that check to NCW Live Channel, care of Matt Wisen.
So Foothill students, you can razz those two all you want tomorrow. They are now you now know their deal.
There's nothing better than a teacher who's left a mark in your life for good. Quick move down the flank. Bit of a collision there between both 15s. Andrade for Eastmont and Garibay for Wenatchee. Ball goes out of bounds. Throwing for the Panthers. Andrade. Recovered by Gillen. Taken back for Eastmont by Balauro. Balauro. Over the head of somebody. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball. Throw-in for the Wildcats as we approach the 44th minute of play. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a corner kick, actually. So Eastmont with the corner kick. First corner kick of the half for the Wildcats. 44 minutes, 21.
Corner kick for the Wildcats.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white jerseys in the box. The shot, far post, header, cleared away by the Panthers. Off to the races we go. There's one behind. There's Muniz. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw-in for Eastmont. I don't think anybody has left the stands. I think everybody's hanging around as we see a player down. It's an Eastmont player.
Yeah, he went down kind of funny when he poked that ball out. I hope it's not like a knee injury, something like that. Hopefully it's just something he can recover from and get back in this game. I'd be shocked to see this 1-0 score stand.
Me
the way
too.
these teams are creating and getting quality looks in front of the goal.
Players on his side. The training staff now picks him up, and he walks on his own power. It's number 11 for Eastmont, Ulises Maldonado. Gets a pat on the back from a teammate. Doesn't seem to be anything serious. He's walking out without much trouble. And he will be replaced by Andrade. Throw-in for the Wildcats.
Looks like we have Ramon Rodriguez in right now. Lucas number 7 for Eastmont. Just saw him trotting on the field. That might be his first action of the night.
No, that's Rene Muñiz on my roster, and he played in the first half.
Okay.
Aviles. Camacho. Aviles. Santos Fuentes. Shading towards his right, connecting with Vasquez. Deep ball, interrupted by Wenatchee. Aviles. Fuentes. Holland with a bit of speed to him. Holland, nice turn. Touch to his right, across the center alley. A nutmeg of the referee. Camarillo and Gillen. Back to Muñiz. A bit too long. Ball goes to the hands of the awaiting Jeremy Gregerson. 47 minutes on the dot here in the first, make that the second half of play. This moment of the game brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, providing the best environment, the most qualified, experienced therapists in North Central Washington. You have the right to select your healthcare team. Why wouldn't you choose the best? Choose Biosports. Holland. Rocha. Rocha, pass 2. Tries to make it past 2 more, but Fuentes will get there first. They're still playing for it. Whistle on the play, foul called. Rocha does not agree with that call. It will be Eastmont ball. Wenatchee leading Eastmont 1-0 thanks to a penalty kick at the edge of the first half by Jose Camarillo, who scored the 2 goals against Quincy in a stretch of 3 minutes. 2-0 victory that time for the Panthers over the Jackrabbits. They want to turn every school in Quincy into a Jackrabbit school. They want to make them all the Jackrabbits.
Interesting. Well, all right.
Aviles.
Makes things easy when it comes to colors and uniforms and apparel.
Saves money on apparel.
Saves money on apparel.
Yeah. Fuentes.
Letterhead. There's all kinds of positives to that.
Garibay. Off to the races we go. Cabrera, left footed shot. Cabrera, oh my goodness, this spectacular save.
Yeah, that had a dangerous skip on it.
Right side now, Maldonado.
Wenatchee's just a little impatient. Hit through the midfield, forcing the issue a little bit.
Holland cannot catch up to it. We'll make a quick note that number 7 for Eastmont, Ramon Rodriguez, is on the field. This moment of the game brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, your local North Central Washington pest control experts, serving Wenatchee, Chelan, Leavenworth, Quincy, Moses Lake, Ephrata, and everyone in between. Call 509-797-0090. Andrade across midfield, touch from behind is the captain Sergio Bravo, who's asking for a yellow card. Will not get it, but might get himself in trouble, and does, for offering advice, unwanted advice at that, to Ed Navarro, the veteran ref. Free kick for Eastmont. Camacho, pivoting header into the box. No confusion that time. Logan Nelson with the stop. Camacho sends it out of bounds. Throw in for Wenatchee. 50 minutes, 33. Wenatchee still leading Eastmont 1-0. It's the Battle of the Bridge, soccer style, here at the Apple Bowl. A couple of players warming up, at least one of them for, no, make that 2 for Eastmont. Nelson. withstands the pressure from Cabrera. Whistle on the play. Let's see what the referee has called this.
Offside.
Offsides, it is. Yes, it is. And we might have a substitution. It's number 15 taking a seat for Eastmont. Mr. Andrade. 51 minutes 13. We'll tell you in a second who subs him. It's number 17, Tony Leon. Rodriguez. Swept away by Gillen. Cleanly so, in my opinion. Aviles. Gregerson. Shading right. Aviles. Gregerson. Leon. Taken back by Wenatchee.
Good looking ball there.
Good ball that time. Left-footed shot. Right-footed shot, I beg your pardon.
Oh, great save.
And a beautiful save by Jeremy Gregerson. Battling for it now is Leon. Prevailing, however, is Wenatchee. That one is Garibay. Top of the box. Header into the box. And now sent to the birds by number 16, Cristian Camacho. Whistle on the play.
Panthers throwing in.
Throw in for the Panthers.
Substitution coming.
Substitution indeed. It's number 3. Excuse me. Number 3 for Wenatchee. That would be Mr. Medina. Good defensive maneuver by Camacho. Shielding the ball, allowing it to go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Eastmont. 53 minutes, 3 seconds on the clock. 13 minutes and change into this second half of play. Wenatchee leading Eastmont 1-0. The ball into Eastmont territory. Pushing it forward is Rodriguez. Cabrera. Bit of a collision there, no call. Wenatchee recovers. Camarillo, nice touch. Heel touch. Off to the races is Medina. Into the box. Being chased by Camacho. Sent to the corner kick. It will be Wenatchee ball. This moment of the game brought to you by One Way Construction. Founded in 2000, One Way is a premier custom home builder and construction company in Leavenworth, Kashmir, Chelan, Wenatchee, and North Central Washington. Whether your project requires general contracting, framing, concrete, or consulting services, they want to be a part of making your vision a reality. They believe that great communication and customer service plays the most important role of a successful construction project. Find them on the web at onewayconstructionnw.com. Corner kick for Wenatchee. Second corner kick of the half for the folks in black. Header! And it was blocked by a teammate, unfortunately enough. That was a beautiful header straight across, and it was blocked by a teammate. Tough break for Wenatchee. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll tell you in a second who puts it in play. It's Mr. Gillen for the Panthers. Leon. Touch to the back. Aviles. Gregerson. Putting some pressure is Mendoza. Delivering to midfield now. Balauro. Balauro. Charge from behind. Referee says foul and card. I will tell you in a second who it is. It's not Holland. It doesn't look like it's Holland.
No.
It was the teammate next to him. Maybe Muniz. We'll find out in a second who it is. It is Holland. He's the one exiting the field.
Oh.
He's the one exiting the field, as the rules require a recipient of a yellow card. So in the 56th minute of play, yellow card for Holland. 3 yellow cards in what has been, I think, an eminently clean game. Hard fought indeed, but nothing that I could consider dirty, Matt Wise.
No, I haven't seen really any of that.
There's
Really
the touch
good look
across
right there.
the face of the goal. The shot, and it sails over the crossbar. Good job by the goalkeeper for Wenatchee, putting some pressure and closing in on the angles there, Matt Wise.
Yeah, defense just falling asleep, and Eastmont getting a really good look at that goal. Wenatchee's very fortunate that Eastmont didn't tie this game up.
55-55. That was 4 seconds ago. Now it's 56-02. And we're back in action with Logan Nelson putting this one into play. Muñiz taken back by Balauro. Off to the races we go with Cabrera, who cannot keep it in bounds. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wenatchee.
So a little clarification on red cards, yellow cards, suspensions and stuff. I misspoke earlier on when we were watching the Sunnyside game, and they had a couple red cards in that game.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I said that they would be sitting out the next game. Well, those were second yellow card, which resulted into a red card, and the league now has clarified that, and it is not a suspension unless the referee goes straight to the back pocket and pulls a direct red out for violent conduct, fouls of that nature, and then that will result in a 3-game suspension. So second yellow card reds generally will not result in a suspension now.
Thank you for clarifying, Matt Wisen.
They are added up though in the league, and the WIA does keep track of those things.
Ooh. Balauro. Walking past Navarro. Referee Ed Navarro.
Substitution now.
Yeah. We're back in action now. 57-34 on the clock. Viramontes down the flank. The shot across, and the right-footed volley doesn't quite work. Good effort that time. It looked like Camarillo there.
Just couldn't get that foot out long enough.
That's right. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. Rodriguez. Recovered by Wenatchee. Medina. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, in my opinion. We see number 7 for Eastmont limping a little bit. That's Rodriguez. And he will be the player being subbed for. 58 minutes 22.
Yeah, it's good to see Lucas, number 7 for Eastmont, come on or get back out on the pitch. He missed last year and missed the majority of the year prior. Last year he decided not to play. The year prior he was had some pretty bad concussion issues. He was playing for me at club.
Into the box we go. Leon on defense. Send it out of bounds with more urgency than style. It should be a throw-in for Wenatchee once again. .59 minutes on the dot. 19 minutes into this second half of play with Wenatchee leading Eastmont. 1-0. Throw-in. Defensive header. A bit of a mixer there. Eastmont on the move. There's Leon. Trying to shake off a marker. Backing up a little bit. Taken back by Wenatchee. This could be interesting. A ball to the top of the box for Camarillo. He knows what to do. He gets anticipated that time by Vasquez. Good effort by the defense.
That ball just came in too slow and let the defense catch up.
59-42 on the clock. Throw-in for Wenatchee. Throw-in for the Panthers. Down the flank. Looking to connect with Camarillo, and it does. Can they keep it in bounds? There's Gregerson for the jump. And on the move are the Wildcats. Balauro. Poked away by the midfield of Wenatchee. Trying again is Leon. Trying to connect with Maldonado. Gillen. Leon. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball in my opinion. 60 minutes, 33 seconds. This moment of the game brought to you by the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee, priding itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529.
All right, so I got our Windmill deal. Since you're not going to be catering up here in the booth anytime soon.
Aviles.
How about we
Fuentes.
we all go stag after the last game we do here of the season to celebrate a wrap-up of a successful,
Works for me.
brilliantly commentated season.
Of course. Leon. Off to the races now is Balauro. Balauro. Well surrounded. Still alive. Staying alive. Ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, we're going to get
and
a
a yellow
here,
card.
Right?
A yellow card for Nate Balauro, looks like. A yellow card for Nate Balauro. He's still pleading his case. And now a couple of players go to act as attorneys, but it doesn't work. Yellow card for Balauro. We're tied at 2 in yellow cards now. 62nd minute. Balauro will take a seat. And Mr. Navarro will make a note of it. As we see Andrade taking the pitch for Eastmont in place of Balauro.
I generally don't get too concerned with yellow cards unless they're silly encroachment type things, kicking the ball after, when you're not supposed to kick it, stuff like that. I don't have much patience for.
Camarillo. Alfredo Gonzalez on the mark.
Playing clean and playing aggressive, which results in a yellow card. I really don't have much of a problem there.
Whistle on the play. We'll see what the referee has determined. It should be Eastmont ball, in my opinion. And it will be Eastmont's Sebastián Avilés taking care of it.
And yellow cards are a great way for referees to communicate with the players, letting them know where that line is. And once the players figure it out, the game keeps moving pretty smoothly. If they didn't have that tool available to them, I think these games would play out a lot differently.
It's hard to believe that they were only introduced to World Cups in 1974. They are not exactly new, but you would think they would have been around the game a lot longer.
Oh, yeah.
63 minutes, 31 seconds. In this contest, ball goes out of bounds. A throw-in for Eastmont. Pivoting header by Muñiz. Trying to rescue it from the mixer is Andrade. Medina, shot across, far post, and Mr. Gregerson taking control. Rolling to his right. Sent out of bounds by a Wenatchee player. It will be Eastmont ball.
Wildcats throwing in.
Folks, a quick reminder. Thursday, March 28, 7 p.m., NCW Live will be broadcasting the lacrosse game between Sila and Wenatchee, live with Eric Granstrom and Rod Higley. Friday, March 29th, West Valley at Wenatchee, a baseball doubleheader with Joel Normanol on the call at 7 p.m. On Saturday, March 30th, it will be Quincy and Wenatchee going at it from boys soccer action, a game from March 12th. With yours truly and Matt Wisen on the call, and that's at 2 p.m. And at 7 p.m., the March 22nd game between the Wenatchee Wild and Cowichan Valley, the Game 5 of their hockey playoff series with Arch Ecker on the call. So lots of soccer action coming your way here on NCW Live channel. Lots of baseball action, lacrosse, and hockey. Something for everybody here at NCW Live channel. We have a player down. It's Cristian Camacho.
He stretched out for that ball, and you can see right away he started cramping up as soon as he hit that ground.
And he's run a marathon today. He's done a lot of work. 65 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. The Wenatchee players huddle up around the edge of the center circle. And Eastmont players, some tend to their teammates, some go to the sidelines. And now number 15, Andrade, will take a seat. And so will Mr. Camacho. One of the players heading back in is number 8, Nate Balauro, the recipient of that latest yellow card. Clock continues to tick down. Unfortunately, so does the temperature.
Is that Jordan Jessup that came in for Eastmont as well? Number 12.
That is Jordan Jessup. Thank you, Matt. So number 12, Jessup. One more sub for the folks in white and red. Muniz. Rocha. Vasquez. Taken back by Wenatchee. Counter in the making. Good ball. Onside still. Camarillo. Leon. Shoved from behind by Muniz. No call. Gillen. Viramontes. Camarillo, the shot! Woo! Good effort. 67-21 on the clock. And I don't know who wants that second goal more, if the Wenatchee team or Camarillo himself.
Yeah, he's playing like he's got an axe to grind tonight. Maybe he's got some bets with some Eastmont players. I know my son was playing the previous game to this against Eastmont, and there were lots of talk going back and forth, and lots of bets going on.
Action has temporarily stopped.
Wenatchee's C team came out ahead tonight, and Wenatchee's JV came out ahead, so I'm sure their varsity does not want to stand out.
As the ones who couldn't get it done.
I believe it was 5-1 on the C team game and 7-1 on the JV game.
Quick run down the middle. Interesting maneuver. Into the box we go, swept away by Avilés. Gonzalez. A touch to the teammate, it looked like Maldonado. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. Another broadcast Sunday, March 31st, 2 p.m. Sunnyside at Eastmont from the 15th of March with myself and Matt Wisen on the call. That was an interesting game. So if you didn't catch it the first time, or even if you did, please make sure to check it out. It's at 2 p.m. on March 31st. Lopez, the header. Volley by Fuentes. A bit of weirdness settling in for Eastmont, perhaps?
A little bit of what?
Weirdness, tired legs a little bit?
They look a little out of sync right now. They just need to start connecting with passes. I think they need to get more numbers around the ball and have some shorter passes and some success combinations and build from there instead of trying to get it all back at once.
Deep ball. Logan Nelson with the stop. Somebody has brought a giant pretzel to two people who cannot eat for another 20 minutes.
That was a very great gesture. I appreciate that gesture. That was really nice. Probably getting really tired of hearing about me craving food.
Vasquez, ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball, and it is 70 minutes, 10 seconds. Wenatchee holding on to a 1-0 lead over Eastmont. Ed Navarro checking his watch. We still have another 9 or so minutes to go as we see another substitution taking place for Wenatchee. Number 5, Reynaga, will take a seat, replaced by number 12, Mendoza. Throw-in coming for the Panthers. Into the box, rejected by the back line of Eastmont. Two players in illicit position. No flag is up, but the ball goes out of bounds, way out of bounds. And there will be a goal kick for Eastmont.
Out into the snowy field. Mr. Beeson has been out there every day I've been here, just chiseling away at those big icebergs behind the end zones and doing it, or actually in the end zones. No, behind the end zones.
Well, which one is it? Here comes Maldonado. Leon. Balauro, the shot. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful effort that time by Eastmont. Over the crossbar it goes. And it will be a goal kick for the Panthers.
Yeah, well struck ball there. Good look at goal.
71-44 on the clock. Wenatchee leading Eastmont 1-0. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yellow card. What just happened? Looks like Logan Nelson got a yellow card. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find that out for you. Camarillo. Viramontes. Back to Camarillo. Opening the game up to the left flank. Defensive labor that time. The shot. The shot, and a beautiful save by Gregerson, punching it away over the crossbar.
Getting some snipers out here tonight. They're just starting to increase their range, but they're all quality shots. And some great saves, too.
It will be a corner kick for Wenatchee. Fernando Sandoval with the corner kick. Third corner kick of the half for the Panthers. Near post. Cleared away by a... and a heart of the box now. And Gregerson telling his teammates to wake up a little. Leon. Marked by Sandoval. And it will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. 73-33 on the clock. With 4 black jerseys inside the box. There's Camarillo. Left-footed shot. Camarillo on the stop by Gregerson. Gregerson. Across midfield go Gonzalez. The ball. Balauro. Ball goes out of bounds. It's been a little while since we saw Eastmont on the Wenatchee half of the field, Matt Wiesen.
Yeah, they need to start connecting with the rest of their team and move up as a unit. If they do that, they're going to get success. I mean, we just saw Nate have a good shot from 25 out, and just got to have numbers and you got to stay connected. Otherwise, you lose the ball and then you play catch up from there.
Looks like a corner kick for Eastmont. Second corner kick of the half for the Wildcats, and it's Mr. Tony Leon taking care of it. 74-40 on the clock. Right-footed shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. White jerseys make that 6, 7 now on the box. There's the kick. Pivoting header. Bit of a mixer there. Nothing dangerous enough to worry Logan Nelson. Counter making. Counter in the making, indeed, yes. Lopez. Off to the races is Camarillo. Into the box. Camarillo shot across. Who's going to sink it in? Oh, my goodness. Camarillo. Go. Jose Camarillo makes it 2-0 Wenatchee. 75 minutes 20. Splendid strike, Matt Wiesen.
That was fantastic opportunity there, and good follow-up opportunity. Now Eastmont's arguing that the AR had his flag up and then put it down, and I don't believe that any AR would do that for offside in the initial attack, and I didn't see an offside there. They had one player saying that he was off, but I'd like to see a replay on that one. I've just never seen an AR put his flag up for offside and then drop it and say, "Oh, never mind."
We're back in action now. Play has resumed. Leon, Aviles, Fuentes, Vasquez. Quick give and go into the box. Cabrera makes the stop. Shot across, and it sails past Maldonado, who thought he had a teammate behind him. Second try for Eastmont. Cabrera, perhaps waiting for the foul. Cabrera, shot across. Maldonado's not there. Cleared away by Eastmont. Aviles, deep ball for Leon. Gilling on the mark, sending it out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball. 77 minutes on the clock. Wenatchee now leading 2-0, and the same recipe that worked against Quincy seems to be working against the Wildcats. 2 goals by number 10, Jose Camarillo. Bit of a siege there by the corner. Ball goes out of bounds. Referee says it will be Wenatchee ball. Navarro, referee Navarro, wants to reposition either the ball or the play. Yeah, the ball.
Back to that goal. Did you see how many players Wenatchee had breaking out into that counterattack? It was pretty impressive. They got downfield very quickly and just overwhelmed Eastmont's defense on that.
Viramontes on the try. Lopez, past Viramontes, cleared away by Eastmont. Here comes Wenatchee once again. The tireless Camarillo off to the races down the right side. Camarillo, marked by Aviles. Camarillo.
Getting
Leon.
a little bit overzealous there, trying to dribble through 4 defenders.
Gillen. Across midfield. Letting it sail is Viramontes, recovered by Eastmont. Jessup. Leon. Collision of shoulders there. No harm, no foul. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont, I believe.
We're on the referee's clock here, about a minute left in regular time.
Whistle on the play and a hard charge, and that is another yellow card. And this one goes, I believe, to number 8, Israel Rocha, who gives his best look to referee Ed Navarro, which of course doesn't work. So Israel Rocha, 78th minute, yellow card. And a free kick coming, Jorge Cabrera. 2 on the wall. That doesn't look like 10 yards to me. Right-footed shot, and it sails over the crossbar. Good effort, but ultimately for naught. 2-0 lead for Wenatchee late in the second half over Eastmont here at the Apple Bowl. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are. Sebastián Moraga on the call, Matt Wisen on the expert analysis. Camarillo. Whistle on the play. Camarillo talking to his troops at the moment. Wasting a little time, handling the ball that way, handling the ball that way, this way, the other way.
Team knows we're in extra time now, and just trying to see this thing through.
Deep free kick into the box. And Mr. Gregerson with the stop. Long kick upfield looking for Cabrera. Well surrounded he is. Balauro and Gonzalez. Gonzalez and Balauro. Balauro back to Gonzalez, interrupted by Wenatchee. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball. Vasquez. Vasquez across the center alley. Jessup. Jessup, right-footed shot. Top of the box, over the head of the marker. Cabrera. Cabrera. He does well in these one-on-one situations. Now it's 2-on-1. Let's see what happens. Ball goes out of bounds. Wenatchee ball. I jinxed him. 2-0 lead for Wenatchee over Eastmont. Jose Camarillo, both tallies for the Panthers. We're back in action. Balauro, ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball. We're close to playing injury time, I would say.
Yeah, we've been on an injury time for a minute or so now.
Leon. Thank you, Matt. Leon. Battling that time with Medina. Pushing it upfield for Muniz. Recovering for Eastmont as Fuentes. Ball goes out of bounds. It's Wenatchee ball. Move it along, says Ed Navarro. Heel touch by Muniz. Mendoza. Recovered by Bravo. Bravo and Cabrera. Reynaga. Ball goes out of bounds, and the coaching staff for Eastmont gets involved in keeping that ball at least reachable.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse, having the ball go down in that pit or having it go out into the 10 acres behind the goal at Eastmont.
Maldonado. Bravo. Bravo. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a corner kick for Eastmont. Looks like Gonzalez will take care of it. Everybody but the goalkeeper and Aviles inside the Wenatchee ball, and the kick taker goes for the Olympic goal attempt, and that does not sit well with
Get your eyes up, boys.
some of the some of his teammates. He had everybody but Aviles and the goalkeeper inside the box, and he decided to try for an Olympico.
Yep.
If I'm his teammate, I'm ticked off too. Quick run, goal, out of bounds, not a major problem. Goal kick for Eastmont. We are approaching the end of this contest.
Looked like he signaled 2 more minutes.
That's what I saw, yeah.
He added quite a bit of extra time onto this. That was quite the pulled muscle for a cramp. Oh, yeah, yellow cards take time.
We had the trainers in there one time. So, yeah, I can see adding a little bit of extra time. Camarillo. Whistle on the play, foul called. It will be Eastmont ball. Aviles. Cabrera. Cabrera. Across the field looking for Leon, a bit too long. And Nelson will go fetch this one for the goal kick. Bit of a jog, bit of a dribble. There we go. We're back in action now. Nelson. And there's the whistle that indicates that this game is over and Wenatchee has defeated its arch rival from across the bridge, Eastmont, by a score of 2-0. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have a look back at this exciting encounter between these two titans of soccer in the Wenatchee Valley. Don't go away.
The pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shock, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
What's your Automoca emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappuccino.
A peach Red Bull.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where we have just witnessed a very exciting encounter between Eastmont and Wenatchee, with Wenatchee taking this one by a score of 2-0. Next to us are the head coaches of these two programs. First, Vidal Hurtado, head coach of the Eastmont Wildcats, and then Coach Tronston, Dennis Tronston, head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers. First of all, gentlemen, thank you for a hard-fought game, an entertaining contest. Speaking as a fan, this game did not disappoint.
Oh, like we said at the beginning, it brings the best out of them. So congratulations to Wenatchee. They did a good job, and we'll just go back to training grounds tomorrow.
You know, it's what we expect in our game against Eastmont, hard fought, and we know we have another match. This just is one step along the way in the Big Nine. It's just like any Big Nine contest. They're always a battle. This one just has a little more intensity than most of them.
After Wenatchee scored in the first half, any adjustments were made in the second half? What did you tell the team at halftime, Trunks?
I just felt, given Eastmont's record this year of coming back late and playing very intense in the second half, that we needed to, add additional pressure. They made some adjustments, and we made a couple of tactical adjustments with some players. Asked them to do things maybe they haven't did. That was especially true from Pedro Medina. We brought him up tonight from our reserve team. We asked him to try to lock down that middle of the field and give us some minutes, which he did more than I thought he would.
All right, Coach Hurtado, one thing that I saw in the second half, we saw Nate Balauro be more involved in the attack of this team. Was that something that you asked him to do at halftime?
Yeah, we didn't change the game plan at the beginning of the second half. We talked about if we were still down with minutes to go, what we would do, and he did that. All I have to say is, you know, their keeper put in good work today. So hats off to them. They played hard. They have a good keeper in them as well. And for our second half, we've been there before. We know what we needed to do, and it's just we weren't able to capitalize, and that's how it goes. I mean, I enjoy watching the game, every minute of it.
I guarantee you the folks at home enjoyed it too. We have another question, Matt Weiss?
No questions. Actually, maybe one going forward from here. This kind of emotional game. Now you've got a big game we've got Sunnyside and West Valley coming up this weekend. I know you want to keep riding this wave, but emotions can crash sometimes. You know, what are you telling your players to keep them going? Those are very challenging road contests.
I think they have to celebrate the moment till they walk out of the locker room. Once they step out, then they got to put their mind, the game's been done. We're going after Sunnyside. I know Eastmont's going to go after West Valley, and both games will be hard-fought contests. Having seen both teams play, it's going to be a real challenge. I think we both got to get healthy and we got to get fit. And you could see a few players that you know, on both sides were key individuals. Maybe were a step off on their game, but you know, everybody, I thought the benches stepped up and played fantastic tonight.
For me, we're in the right spot. I mean, you can't expect to come out and win every single game. We're where we need to be. We'll just go back, like I said, to training grounds and prep for Friday and keep working hard at it. It's just how it goes. We've said it many times. Anytime you play a big night game, it's going to be well played and hard fought, and that's just how, you know, we're where we need to be. We just got to stay a little bit more healthy and then come back to it. I mean, we talked about enjoying these moments as high school student athletes. You know, you don't get this feeling once you get older. You know, so just enjoy the moment, whether you win or lose, and learn. And I think every time you play a competitive team, you learn. And today we learned. Even though we came out with a loss, I think that for 60, 70 minutes, this was the best game that we played, even though we went down. So you learn from it. That's all.
Coach Hurtado, Coach Stronston, thank you very much for your time this evening. Thank you once again for a hard-fought contest. And on behalf of everybody involved in this production of NCAA Live Channel, we want to say thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCAA Live Channel. Today's broadcast of High School Sports on the NCAA Live Channel was brought to you by Alignment Pros and Express Lube, Auto Mocha, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Biosports Physical Therapy, The Windmill Restaurant, and Harvest Valley Pest Control. This concludes tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCAA Live Channel.